What's up, tubers? Tio here, Simplistic Fishing, back at you tonight. We're still on Lake Whitney. We're on video number 3, though, tonight. So we've made a couple videos on the Google Earth stuff. We kind of worked our way up the lake on the west side, and then we're going to bring our way back down on the east side. So stick around tonight. I got some good stuff for you. Here we go. Lake Whitney, video number 3. All right, as we always start off with, if you've never seen one of the lake breakdown videos before, basically what we do on Google Earth is we create a KML and then we can export this out to your graphs. Just go out to our site, simplisticfishing.com, and I've got all these points put all together on SD cards for all the graphs that are out there. But we have it broke down on folders on the left-hand side. So you can see here, if you just want to see the Texas Park and Wildlife fish attractors, there's only 3 of them on this lake. They're actually way down here, but you could see those. If you just wanted to fish ramps, you could just fish ramps. If you want to look at creek channels, we've got rocks, we've got different kind of cover. And then, of course, most importantly for some of you would be all these different offshore hotspots. So this is where I go out to Navionics on my phone or on my desktop. Really, I do them on my phone, though. And then basically I go out and I mark all the hotspots for offshore, and then I bring those in and put them all together for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take the offshore stuff off because we're not going to talk about that today. We'll talk about that in later videos and go into detail for you. And last time that we were breaking down the lake, we got pretty far up. We started down here on the previous videos. We moved our way all the way up here to this, I believe it's called Allen Bend, I believe is what it was called. Let me see what it was called real quick. If it ever pops up. Yeah, Allen Bend. So that's where we stopped at last time. So we're going to go ahead and start working our way up. As far as, in this area, I didn't see too much. Let me pull this screen back. As far as in this area, I didn't see too much going on until we get up here. And you can tell there's a transition going on because if you look here on the bank line, you basically have dirt, mud, things like that. And then all of a sudden it gets white. So you can see you definitely have some kind of transition going on here. This is going to be a lot harder surface. So you got a lot of different little points here that you could fish around for sure. This point here looked really good because it has a little bit of rock on the bottom of it as well. So I really like that one. This one was set up the same way, and you can see the shadows that these are creating. So you've got some pretty good breaks right in that area, but you've got some really good points in here. 1, 2, 3, 4 different points just right in this area. Then as you move down here, you've got a little creek channel. Again, these creek channels are so steep that, I don't really need to mark them for you. It's going to be pretty obvious where they are, but I went ahead and marked that one for you just so you know that there's a creek channel back there. And again, guys, it could be any of these points. I mean, all of these points look good. This point has some standing timber on it. They all just look really good. It's going to be hard to say which one's going to be good, but these are at least providing really good shade right in that area, and they have that little shelf that you can see, so that's why I picked those. Again, we have another one over in this area, and then out in here in this little pocket in the standing timber and everything, you have like a little mini hump you could check out that's got some rocks on it as well. So I can see that being a pretty productive area. Moving on up, we're going to continue to see rock until we get back into the dirt and stuff. But here, again, a really good little point that comes out. This one looks really good too. Any of those that you see where you get the shade there, those are going to be good areas to be able to fish around. Right here is a good spot as well. That's actually going to be underwater once we go there. Actually, let's pull this back. We're looking at 2021, and I think 2014 was a little bit better. I think 2015 doesn't give us what we want. So nope, we're going to go back to 2014. So 2014 and really 2021 right now are some of the lowest levels that we're seeing right now on this lake. But here we've got some rock out here as well. Got some additional debris going on out off of this. Almost looks like a tire or something. You can see it right there. I can see that being a good spot for sure. It's almost a little hump as well that comes out there, and you've got a transition area going on somewhere in here because we just went from rock to dirt. So somewhere in here there's a transition. Not seeing it, it's not really obvious to me on the map, but it's definitely there. If the water was up, you might want to check out this little spot in here as well. Those little ditches can be really good for you. We've got some laydowns back in here. So if I zoom in, you'll be able to see them here in just a second. There's just a few. There's a couple laydowns in here. Got a real sharp point here, real good bluff wall to be able to fish across. And then right on the outside of that bluff wall, you've got a real good rock right here, like a little rock ledge. So I like that. I like all this different chunky rock, where this is just more bluff walls. Now you're getting more chunky rock in here. Got a good boulder that sticks out here, so mark that one for you as well. Coming down in here, these docks look pretty good, especially these on this side. But down in here, I want you to check this. I don't really know what this is. Could just be stick up, something like that. But check it because it's setting up really, really nice. It's on a big flat, going back into two different creek channels leading in. And then you got this big flat that's just right out here. So if you can get this underwater, when the water's up, that's going to be a good area to look at. I don't know if that's 2019. I guess 2016 is the best. I don't know if this is normal pool or not. If this is normal pool, this is going to be a really good area to look at for sure. Good staging area for them, good place for them to feed up, stuff like that. And then again, you can see this creek channel just goes way back in there. So two pretty good creeks. This one's probably the main one. This is probably maybe just a ditch or runoff, but still had a pretty good little channel going on in there. All right, so we're going to move back up. And again, check out these points. This point looks good to you. I don't know if that's a busted dock. No, that's just a normal dock. But see how that rock changes right in there? You want to look for that stuff when you're out there. So just looking at the bank, and if you see where it changes, then you need to fish those little spots where it changes. Getting a good shade provided by that bluff. And now we get into a transition area again. We're getting back into dirt and stuff like that. We've got an interesting little place back in here. These are like two little creeks that come down, and then they kind of meet right here in the intersection. So if you can get back in here, flipping around these trees and stuff like this can be good. Getting right here where it really intersects right in this area. If these are stick ups and things, you could fish around that. So, kind of hairy getting back in there, but could probably be worth your time once you do get back in there. Also, if you're back there, you want to fish over here as well. Notice how that's a lot different than everything else around here. A lot of rock. Looks like you might even have a little drop in that area. Definitely look right in there. Then moving back, let me zoom back and show you guys where I'm at. I went up the bend, and now I'm kind of cutting up. We're almost to the entire west side taken care of here. We've got the creek channel we just talked about. There's the flat. This is the creek channel again we just talked about there. And then this is the major one. So you got a major creek or a river or something coming through here. This looks like a creek, I guess it is. What's it say? Well, I can't tell because it's all jacked up, but Steel Creek. So Steel Creek comes through here, bends around. Pretty good little creek channel in there. Not a lot of rock and stuff there. You didn't see a lot of rock on the bends or anything like that, but there is a ramp over here. And there is some rock right here. Just right here in this one little area, you got a little bit of rock. That is always good. When you have all this dirt and stuff like that around, and then you've got that one little spot that has the rock, that's a money spot. You need to go check that out. Coming up here, got a little bit of rock here too. It's kind of hidden amongst all this stuff, but you got just a little bit. But I didn't mark it because there wasn't enough there to really make you guys want to go up there. So I'm going to come out of the cove there, and we're going to swing out. Now we're getting pretty much up into the to the Brazos River, but we're going to go a little ways up there, and then we'll stop. But we won't stop. We'll swing around and keep going down until we run out of time. But let's go ahead and keep talking about this. So we got some rocks right out here. So again, that main river's way out here. You're getting close to the main creek arm here, or the main river arm. When you're out here and you see things like this, and you've got a river channel that's really close by, these are nice little flats that set up. And anytime you see that, you've got stuff on those flats, like in this case, this is some kind of stick ups or something like that, you want to go fish that stuff, especially on the stuff that faces towards the main river arm. So this is your main river channel. Keep saying arm, but river channel. And then this is a nice flat that comes right up off that channel. So even though we're talking about stuff, out here on the bank and stuff like that, don't discard these flats. These flats can be very productive, and you can definitely get in some really good quality fish, a lot of fish out here on these flats. All right, so as we move on down, real good rock piles right in here. This one sets up real nice. Again, looking around, there's not a lot there. Then all of a sudden, you got a real nice rock pile. That's going to be a good spot. So is this. And then you get down here, you just got some brush, stick up some brush again in these areas. But really, if I'm fishing in this area, I'm going to spend, 10, 15 minutes setting my boat up out here and fishing towards this rock and seeing what I can find. More laydowns in here, a couple more right in there. So if you're on the laydown pattern, you can track those down. And then again, we just got this random little rock pile that sticks out right in this area, real close to that ramp. So you can literally launch the boat, set up on the buoy, and cast over toward the rocks. It'll be pretty easy there. All right, so I'm going to keep backing off, show you guys where I'm at, making my way up. There's some brush pile up here somewhere. I don't know if this is it or not. Pretty good pile of brush right in here. So again, right, we're up close to where that main river channel is, somewhere right in here. And so this gives them a good opportunity to just kind of come up and set and wait for stuff to just go by. So make sure you look at these piles that are really close to that river channel. As we move further up in here, I didn't see too much in here, that I could really point out to you guys. There are some really big laydowns back in here. And there's another big laydown in here. Again, some really good standing timber right in here as well. Then again, we're up in the river, so not going to be too much up in here, but there's some brush right in here, some debris back in these little pockets. There's some more brush right in here you can see, and then a pretty decent little brush pile right in there as well. So if you're just up here fishing around the river, or maybe you live up in this area, you got a few things you can come over here to fish. You got another ramp that's kind of hidden in here. So if I pull this down, there's actually a ditch that goes through here. So if the water gets up high enough, that ditch could come in play. Another laydown there that I missed. And then you got a ramp that's out here as well, pretty far out there. And if it's not a ramp, it's like a concrete slab or something like that. And you've got some pretty good laydowns going through here. So you got a laydown here, some brush, some stick-ups. So some pretty good stuff going along this bank line. Right in here, you got a really good sized brush pile. But again, this is all going to depend on if that water gets up or not. If it's as low as it is right now, I don't think this is going to be underwater at the moment. Right in here, we've got a laydown as well. That one looks really healthy. And then moving over here, I'm getting back into that first little cut. I think I'm almost done here going up this side. But in this little pocket's got some juice in it, right? So it's got some debris that's over in here. No idea what these are. I don't know if those are stumps, like little stumps or rock or what those are. You got all these little square slab rock things over in here and some debris off of that point too. So you got a good little area in here. You got some rock going on in here, rock on this little point here. Nice little pinch area going on in that cove. You got more rock and stuff back in here as well off those two spots. So this little area here, this has got some potential for sure. That little pocket there. And I'm going to scoot back so we can see what else we got left up here. We've got basically just some creek channels that are coming into the river. So you got a little creek channel in there. There was a little rock back in there. So you can see it here. If you get far enough back in there, you're going to start seeing the rock. It's right in this area right here. And then moving up here, just a couple more creek channels to show you guys. If you wanted to get up in there and fish this area, these rivers are always fun to fish. You got another creek channel up there. Some more rock, it looks like up on a bend. Let's see what that is. Yeah, so right there you can see where there's rock. So those are going to be hot, prime areas, creek channel swings with rock and pretty much nothing else around them. I don't know if the water gets up high enough in that area or not to get back in there, but let's take a look at 2016. It looks like it's plenty high enough. And that creek channel basically disappears on us. We can't even tell where that's at. But of course, this could be flooded. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell without ever really fishing this lake before. Got another good creek channel up here as well. This one goes way up there. So you can see up there by Nolan River Park. And then I didn't go all the way up. We could have gone all the way up the river, but don't want to really kill you guys on a lake breakdown there for the river. So let's keep moving down. Let's do it for about 10 more minutes, and then we'll end this video. And then we'll probably have 1 or 2 more Whitney videos left on the Google Earth side before we go to Navionics. So starting to swing my way down to the east side. When I get to this first little pocket, it's got some pretty juicy stuff. Got a nice little rock pile here that comes out. Nice little point. Got some brush back in this pocket as well. You can see nice little creek channel swinging around there. Some good brush in here and right in that area. So really like that. And then coming down here, just good rock, stuff like that. Real steep walls, but good points too as well. So you got a real good point here. Good rock point in this area. Good lay down here. Good brush pile. very similar to that other pocket. So these two little pockets look pretty good. You've also got a nice little boulder right here. If I zoom in, you'll see it. So I marked that one for you. Again, a lot of this stuff's the same, but I marked the boulders that stuck out. So there's another one. And there's another one down here as well. It's like 3 giant boulders. So it sounds funny, but sometimes that's a pattern to just find the isolated boulders, and then you can find 2 or 3 fish on each one of them. So give it a try. And then down in here, I found some pipes. They don't look that big, but I don't know what it is with bass and pipes, but bass love pipes. So if you can find the pipes, usually they're hanging really tight to those pipes. So go check those out. We've also got some rock down here off these points that look really good. You got a ramp back in here to this resort. It looks pretty good, this marina. And then we pretty much get into a bunch of do nothing for a little while. Until you get back in here, you got a pretty good little creek that goes back up in this area. And then you got rock right off of this point. So as you get back in here, you'll finally see it. It's right here. Pretty isolated little area of rock. Got a little pond dam thing going on here, maybe an old ramp. Nothing too special. It's more just marking the ramp for you there. And then when we move down here, finally going to get into some more stuff. So we got a little point that comes out. And it's got rock on this side, which looks good. Maybe a little bit of rock up there as well. Good little points that come out right here and right there. And then we've got some laydowns. Just going along this sideline, it was bank line. There were a couple different things to find. There's a couple laydowns here. There's like 3. So I went ahead and just put the mark in the middle of them. And then if we move further down, I thought there was one more, but there's not. There's some more. There's some rock here. So see how this rock is totally different than all the other rock around it. This is pretty smooth. Start getting a little bit of rock here, and then it goes back to being smooth again. So this area right in here could be a good little area to target. Moving back here, we get off this point. This point looks good. It's got a little rock pile off the edge of it. Looks pretty decent. Got a little underwater ramp that never gets used, doesn't look like. Those are probably the best ramps to fish, so you want to go back there and fish that ramp without a doubt. And then you just got a couple different laydowns that are back in here. I'll zoom in for you guys so you can see it, but one's right there. This one's going to be a little bit trickier because the hills and stuff, but you got a couple different laydowns right back in that area. So we're going to zoom out of that pocket, and what we're going to do, let's zoom out and show you guys where I'm at. So I think we'll probably go down that bridge. We'll probably stop this video at the bridge, but we're just north of the bridge, and we're up in this, we're going to go way up in this little creek arm here and see what we can find. So Cedar Creek. So right here, got another good little creek channel. Didn't see too much rock around this creek channel. Maybe there's some rock further down that I can't see. Maybe a little ledge right in there off the corner. Could be worthy of fishing, but nothing too crazy there. Did have some boat ramps up here. A little bit of rock up there. I don't know if the water gets up that high or not though, but old road here, or a road, either an old road or an old ramp, something going on right in this area. This looks good. Nice little point with the rock on it. And you know what? I just noticed this little point right here has something underneath the water. So if you're out here fishing this point, set up like right here. Have one guy cast here, one guy cast here. I don't know if you can cast that far away, but anyway, just fish these 2 points and see if you can find anything there. Those look like there's something there for sure. I totally missed it the first time. This had potential to be a brush pile, but I couldn't tell. It looked like it was just kind of rocky dirt stuff, but potential brush pile there. And then there's another one of those things that we saw earlier, that debris that you see out there. So check that out. A couple different slabs that are up here too. You can see here, I don't know if these are old road beds or what they are, but there's 2 of them right in there. And then up here, we get into these little ditch that comes out, another little creek or ditch that goes in through here. And then we get into the major arms that are up in this area. So if we get up in here, go with these little creek arms, looking pretty good up in there as well. So I really like all that stuff. And then we get down a little bit further. We've got a little bit of a ledge or something like that going on out here. Let's see if I can find it. I think I had to go back to 2012 maybe to find it. I can't find it now for some reason. There it is. You can see here there's some kind of a ledge right in here. Notice how it just gets really dark. And then basically it's super shallow. So look right in here, right where I put that ledge mark. See what you can find in that area. Over in here, got another creek channel going on right in that area. And then we've also got 2 laydowns right here. One right there, and then another ramp that's back here too. So check that out. And a couple more ramps here. Got some rock off of this little point. That looks really good right in there. Definitely check that out. That ramp looks good too. See how far it goes in the water? This one too. They all look good. And then of course you got a little bit of rock off that point, but there's a lot of that same rock off all these points. Then we're going to move on down. We got a couple more things in here. We got another good point right here with some really good rock. Some debris right there off that little point there. I like these little cut-ins too. All these little cut-ins that you see. They look really cool. And then you got some rock here off the point as well. And then if we zoom in, I wasn't sure what this was. I don't know if this is rock or debris, but you got a little like rock wall that goes straight down there right off that point. So go check that out. That one looks the most interesting of everything that we've been looking at so far for sure. Also got a ramp back in there and another ramp back in here as well. Didn't see too much back in this little cove that's cut out, but it looks interesting for sure. Moving on up here, again, check out that debris. Again, I think that's going to be your best spot as far as what I've seen so far. And this point looks good too. Real good rock on that point. Main Lake Point, you can't go wrong there. Moving on down, didn't see too much in these little pockets. Just every once in a while I'd find something like here. I found a little rock pile that was right in this edge right here. It looks like you could have some stick-ups too, so maybe some rocks and some stick-ups possibly. And then moving down here, found some more rock right in this area. And right over here, we've got some laydowns and stuff going on in the back side of this. It's going to move us on down, and we're going to finish up right in this area. So I did find some rock right off of this point. A couple more laydowns in these 2 areas. You can see if I zoom in, pretty good laydown right there. Pretty decent ones right in there. Both of those look pretty good too. Got a ramp that's way back here, but I don't know if that's ever going to see water, or at least it's not going to see water for a while. If I put it up to 2016, it's definitely underwater. You don't even know that it's back there, but I don't know if this is normal pool or not. It doesn't really tell me the the water levels on Google Earth. So anyways, if it is underwater, definitely go back there and check that out. Check out these laydowns. And then there's some brush back in here that you can see that could have some potential as well, just in this little pocket. And that'll take us back down to the bridge. Let's go ahead and end here at the Katy Bridge. Next time we do Lake Whitney, we'll start at the Katy Bridge. We'll probably work our way all the way down and finish this thing out. Just have be one more video. And then we're going to switch over to Navionics. And we're going to talk to you guys about some offshore hotspots. So if you guys have not gone out and checked out the site yet, please do simplisticfishing.com. You can go out and get all these waypoints, the offshore stuff, the Google Earth stuff, everything, all put on a card for you that you can import into your graph. Helps out our channel as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I hope you catch your PB. Take it easy, guys.